Mark Carney claimed the industrial carbon tax has zero effect on food inflation.
Oh,
And then Poilievre corrects him on the math. You'd think a global banker would know what factors into inflation, but apparently he didn't. Let's watch.
Canadians deserve to have a full stomach, a full fridge, and a full bank account all at once. But the Prime Minister has said that he could be judged by the price at the grocery store. Since that time, food inflation has doubled, and grocery prices are rising faster in Canada than any other country in the G7. My theory is that his taxes, his carbon taxes on farm equipment, fertilizer, food processors, his new tax on diesel and gas is the cause. That's my theory. What's his?
Hear, hear. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the impact of the industrial carbon tax on food prices is, as estimated by the Canadian Climate Institute, approximately zero.
oh my God.
The impact of the fuel charge, which exempts diesel, which exempts gasoline, which exempts fertilizer, which exempts food processors, is de minimis. What it does do, the fuel charge, though, is support the people of the farmers of Battle River, Crowfoot, supports canola production, it supports biofuels, it supports our future.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Well, now we'll have to find out if the Prime Minister is telling the truth or whether his Environment Department is telling the truth. Their document shows that he says it doesn't apply to gasoline. According to his own Environment Department, it applies to both diesel and gasoline, 7 cents a litre this year. And yes, it does apply on farmers, fishers, and others. But regardless, we have the highest food inflation in the G7. I've given my theory on why, under his leadership, Canadians are paying more faster than anyone else. What is his theory for his terrible record on food inflation?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I know the Leader of the Opposition is just visiting his riding. But he would spend more time
I think we'll have to start that from the top.
Okay, we've got Poilievre's quip back. We'll show in a second there, but you notice the experts that Mark Carney cited there. The Canadian Climate Institute says that we are experiencing food inflation, but it has nothing to do with climate policy.
Hey, Sheila Gunn Reid, who tell us who funds those guys?
The federal government, a $20 million 5-year funding contribution. So this is the federal government funding the experts to say the things that you need them to say, and then citing those people as nonpartisan experts in the House of Commons. So they will say whatever they're paid to say, as long as they get the next $20 million funding top up.
I know this is the least important part of this entire clip, but I have to go back and mention the fact that, did Mark Carney seriously use the word diminishment? What was that?
Oh my God. He said a British turn of phrase.
Yeah, I look the way I do, and I even want to go dump his books now. But like, he has like, it's like a COVID death way of trying to figure out inflation. You know, inflation's just whatever you want it to be. Inflation comes from whatever source you want. You get hit by a car, but you tested positive for COVID, so you really got killed by COVID.
Right.
You know, food is up 6.1%. This year in terms of food inflation. And yes, we have the industrial carbon tax adding a lot to the price of diesel and gasoline.
Yeah.
But we're very offended by Trump right now. Ergo, the tariffs are what covers everything, even though it doesn't actually cover food.
Right. Yeah. And the clean fuel standards. Lise?
Yeah, no, this is classic liberal denialism, where they push hidden taxes on an unsuspecting public and then deny that there's any negative consequences. If you've gone to the grocery store, 4 years ago, you could pick up 25% more groceries for the same price. That's almost unforgivable. And there's one party that we can thank for this. It's the Liberal Party of Canada. And yet they're so disconnected. These elites in Ottawa are so disconnected from their own decisions that they have no idea how their decisions have been impacting Canadians.
Right. And they
There's a
keep talking.
reason. Yeah, there's a reason why food bank usage is at an all-time high. There's a
Right.
reason why childhood hunger is at an all-time high. Why we have to pitch these stupid ideas like the National Food Program in schools. It's because of Liberal policy.
Right.
And yet to see them there deny it, it's so maddening.
Yeah.
That
And
does
like
drive me-
deny like they haven't been in charge for the last 11 years.
Right?
Like they talk about they talk about the issue like they just showed up
Right,
and were
and it was
handed a
here.
mess.
That
They-
does drive
it's
me
their
up the wall.
mess.
It is my biggest government pet peeve is when they will celebrate passing something like the National School Food Program. And it's like, well, thanks for breaking my legs and giving me a crutch. If they just cut taxes, we wouldn't need any of these programs at all. I had a conservative strategist. He's, I think it's some Mark Levesque or whatever on X. He was talking about how you can't run on a 20% across the board tax cut if you're the Conservatives, because this is just some idea I've been pitching
Why
that
not?
they should do. And he was saying, well, you're going to have to answer the question of what programs you would be cutting. And it's like,
All of them.
you won't need the programs if we cut the spending.
Right,
You don't
right.
need
Right.
stupid
All
programs,
of them.
Soviet-style programs if this is going on. Honestly, I think Mark Carney might shoot himself in the foot with this whole GST rebate thing. One,
Oh,
it only
I'm
goes
so happy
to...
you're bringing it. Thank
Yeah.
you, Wyatt. Yes, pop off.
It only
bro.
applies to the bottom 30% of earners. And so everyone else, especially those just a little bit above that, are going to be ticked off by it. And then at the same time, even if you are getting the checks, one, working class voters are already moving over to the Conservative Party. But also, it comes across really insulting. Like, I've been painting this picture to Conservative MPs because I wish they would run on this. Don't just bring up the fact that it's going to add a lot to the deficit. At this point, the deficit is just big. Nobody cares if it gets another $5 billion added onto it.
Exactly this.
I
It's
care-
such a huge number that it has no meaning to people.
It's abstract.
The
It already
difference
sucks,
between the difference between 79 billion and 83 billion is people can't even compute that. It's just a huge
But-
number
Right.
getting huger.
But what the thing is that's why this is probably going to tick people off is, and what I've been basically telling Conservatives to do, is it's like the distant father kind of a thing with Mark Carney. He's sitting at the adult table having dinner, and Canadians run over to him from the kids table, talk about all their problems. He's like, here's $200, leave me alone. Please just go back and sit over there. He's basically trying to give you the bare minimum to
Right.
get you to leave him alone. And I think that's not going to be lost on a lot of people. He's basically, again, he's like, here's $200. I think that's what milk costs these days. I'm going to China.
Right.
Right.
What could it possibly cost, Michael? $10?
What does the banana cost?
What does the banana cost? $10, Michael?
$10?
Or-
That's Mark
If
Carney.
yeah, exactly. If
He
you've
would-
seen
he would have-
Arrested Development, you know what I'm
I
talking
was
Oh,
about
about.
he
to
would
say
have
Arrested
no idea.
Development.
Yeah.
He would have no idea how much milk or a carton of eggs or butter would
Right.
cost. Absolutely not. Yeah.
We've got that clip sort of cut off before Poilievre got the best of Carney, because Poilievre is great on his feet. So good on his feet. Let's show the quip. So when Carney says, "Oh, I realize you're just visiting your riding," one of the largest geographically speaking ridings in Alberta, by the way, and he's got 2 offices there. But anyway, by the way, how long did it take for Carney to actually get an office in his riding?
It was like 5 or 6 months.
It was
something.
quite some time, right? You couldn't
Yeah.
go visit your MP. Let's just say that, for a very long time. But anyways, let's just show the clip of Poilievre getting the best of him.
Mr. Speaker, I realize the Prime Minister is just visiting Canada. And so I welcome him. Let's go to my riding. Let's go to Drumheller. Let's go to Camrose. Let's go to Consort, and let's ask them if they believe that when you charge a 7-cent a liter tax on diesel and on gasoline to grow and ship food, when you tax fertilizer and farm equipment, whether that gets passed on in the highest grocery prices in the G7. Is he ready to make that trip and talk about that tax?
You can't throw him right over the plate and not think that Poilievre's gonna smack it over the fence. Get
He was
it's
not
not
having a good day yesterday with setting
no.
up people up for really good counter punches, like with again the previous clip that he had played about him celebrating Harper for balanced budgets.
It's a bad day for Mark Carney. He's just not good in the House of Commons. He's not sharp. He's not a debater. He's a bankster. Well, he's
Yes.
a wonk. He's a policy wonk, and not even in a good way. So he doesn't have the back and forth training. He's good at reading the, the talking points that come from his staffers,
Well,
but he's not great at giving it.
he's accustomed to making declarations from on high.
Right.
He's not accustomed to people asking him questions or making demands of him or, you know, opposing what he's saying, and it shows.
Well, isn't it
Yeah.
funny that all the policy experts are always the ones who seem to suck at their jobs the most? All the people who are wonks, who really like to get into the detail of policy, always give us the worst policy imaginable. Like, I took a master's degree in public policy, and all it taught me was I don't like policy people, because they're the type of insane people who, well, like, when a piece of legislation comes out, they'll be like, on page 70, it gets good. It's like, why are there 70 pages? But that's the thing
Right.
with Mark Carney. He thinks that we can regulate and legislate our way into wealth. But that doesn't really work unless you're an insider. And when you're running the country, you
Right.
can't benefit the country that entire way. Brookfield is a massive scam from the perspective that Brookfield only ever did well because they corner the subsidy market. They tend to get a
Right.
lot of subsidies from the government for all the industries they're involved in. They're not just starting profitable companies that would exist on their own. They enter markets where the government's throwing money at solar or throwing
Yes.
money at battery farms and all this stuff.
Nuclear.
You
Nuclear.
couldn't
Nuclear.
you couldn't not make money.